Welcome to another Cardano update. So as you can see, Cardano just went below the trend line, which is my good sign, because if you look at the Bitcoin chart, Bitcoin looks like it's gonna go down very soon, because this correction looks like an A-B correction, and I still think we will get a C wave, which means that Cardano will most likely invalidate this 1-2 setup that we have started on October 10th. And like I said, I mean, October is usually not a good month for Cardano, so of course it's not going to go up. And also, if you look at Bitcoin dominance just had a pump and it's at 59% again. And it's very likely that Bitcoin dominance puts in another FI very soon. And like I said, it still needs to get to 60% first. Then we can get the altcoin season. And until that happens, yeah, there's nothing to do. And of course, Cardano will continue to suffer against it. I mean, there's nothing to do about this. And right now, what you have to do is just, wait. Now, like I said, Bitcoin dominance will most likely drop in November because, as I have mentioned many times in my previous videos, Bitcoin dominance always goes down in November, so yeah, we will most likely get a correction, and then maybe we'll start going up again in December, which means that Cardano, in my opinion, should get a pump in November. If it doesn't, then yeah, I don't know. It's gonna be questionable, especially if Bitcoin dominance goes down. I mean, I don't see Cardano going down while Bitcoin dominance goes down, but you never know. Now, like I said, we have this 1-2 setup right here, and we are very close to invalidating it. To invalidate it, we would need to go below about 33.1 cents. And if we do invalidate it, we will put in another low in this B wave right here, which would not be the end of the world. However, if we do put in another low, like I said, that will also put us below the trend line again. And, we will most likely get to the 0.786 support level. And if we do not hold this support level, then we will most likely drop below this low right here. And if we drop below about 30.2 cents, then we will invalidate this AB structure or this 1-2 setup. And yeah, I mean, if we do that, we will most likely drop below this low as well, and we will put in another second wave move down. So yeah, things are not looking good, but it is holding support levels, but it's not holding them too well. And of course, I mean, this trend line is pretty much subjective. I mean, you could move it and maybe you could say that, no, we have not dropped below it. So, you cannot really judge this chart based on the trend line, but it is interesting that it broke out of this ascending wedge pattern. So, now we are still below the bull market support band. And as you can see, we are almost oversold on the 4-hour chart. So maybe we'll go oversold first and then we will get a pump. But then again, I mean, it does not seem likely that we will start the start wave. If we want to start it, we should start it now, like I said, because if we invalidate this 1-2 setup, we will have to pretty much restart it after we get another B wave low. And that's going to be difficult. So what we need to hope for right now is that we actually hold the 1-2 setup. Because if we don't, then, it could get boring again. So yeah. Now, if we somehow manage to recover and if we somehow manage to go into a third wave move to the upside, the third wave right here should get to at least the 200% extension of this 1-2 setup, and that is at about 40.9 cents. Then of course we will need a fourth wave move down and a fifth wave move up, and once we get these 5 waves, I will be able to confirm that the B wave low is actually in, and that we are heading in a C wave, and this will be the C wave of this third wave right here, which is the third wave of this 1-2 setup that we started on August 5th. And of course, we need to get 3 waves up in the C wave, and these 5 waves right here will only be the first wave of these 3 waves, which means that after we get the 5 waves, which right now does not seem likely to happen because, Bitcoin dominance, like I said, it's still going up. So it's very difficult for Cardano to actually go up in 5 waves right now. But if it somehow happens, then of course, after that, we will need an ABC structure to the downside to form a second wave move. And then the third wave of this C wave should put us at about 52.7 cents. Which, like I said, is the 200% extension of this 1-2 setup right here. So yeah, Cardano still has some work to do, and I think we have to wait until November to get some kind of pump because, I mean, we did have a cross on the bull market support band, but what we're doing right now looks very similar to what we did in the previous cycle, in the previous 1-2 setup, which was this one right here. So as you can see, this structure actually looks very similar to the structure that we have right now. As you can see, after we had a cross, we did absolutely nothing for a few months, and matter of fact, we did nothing for about 62 days. And if you look at what we're doing right now, we had a cross from the bull market support band about 63 days ago. So if we want to start pumping, and if we want to copy exactly what happened in this previous cycle right here, then we kind of have to start pumping right now. Now, of course, this happened at a different time of the cycle. This actually happened in a pre-halving year, so you cannot really compare them too much. But as you can see, this cross happened in November, and the cross that we actually got it in August, so that's like 2 months apart. So maybe they are comparable in some way. However, just keep in mind, this is where we are at right now in the cycle. As you can see, this was the previous halving year, and if we did not have it in the previous halving year, Cardano was also not doing too well in October and November. But then, at the end of November, Cardano actually went up about 100% and formed some kind of 5-wave move to the upside to complete the second wave move down right here. So maybe we're just doing what it did in the previous halving year, and if that's the case, then we should, in my opinion, get some kind of 5-wave move to the upside in November, and if we do not, then yeah, I don't know what to think, because yes, I'm expecting an altcoin season and I'm expecting a third wave move to the upside. And like I said, Bitcoin dominance still needs to get to 60%, which by the way can happen this month as well. But still, I mean, if it gets to 60% and Cardano does not have a 5-wave move to the upside, it's going to be questionable because, you know, Cardano cannot really start a third wave without a 5-wave move to the upside, so in my opinion we should get the 5 waves before we actually start the altcoin season. And I know that's unlikely to happen right now, but you never know. Also, if we somehow start dropping like crazy right now, don't forget that we also have this trend line on the chart, so maybe the price would actually react to this. I mean, as you can see, we had 3 reactions to it, so, you know, there's a chance that we do drop and we do invalidate the whole 1-2 setup right here, but we do not get another low in the second wave move down. That could happen if the price actually reacts to the trend line right here. If it doesn't, then yeah, we'll most likely break below it and get to about 25 cents or so, and then we start the third wave. And I know this is boring. I mean, Cardano has not really done anything since, well, March, and it has only gone down, but this is normal for a second wave move down. And Cardano, like I said, does not really go up in October that much, so you're gonna have to wait for November, and if it does not pump in November, then I don't know. I mean, it doesn't have that much time left in my opinion. I think the altcoin season will top somewhere between March and let's say June of 2025, so we don't have that much time left. If we want to get to about $5 in the cycle, we kind of have to hurry up, you know? But like I said, we're still at this point of the cycle right now, so I still think there are some games on the table, and I still think Cardano is going to do well in the cycle as long as it stays above the 22 cents level. If we drop below that level, it's not going to be that good, because that would mean that we will have to put in another bear market low in the middle of a bull market, so you have to hope that we do not do that. However, if we do that, then maybe you could say that we did a similar thing in this previous cycle right here. As you can see, after a 1-2 setup, we did invalidate it, and we did put in a new bear market low after we tried going up in a third wave. But then again, this was a pre-halving year, so this happened like 8 months earlier. So yeah, we'll have to wait and see what happens. And that's my update for today. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, consider supporting the channel by becoming a member or a Patreon. If you do that, you get access to all of our charts. And yeah, like, subscribe, and I will see you in the next video.